comment, I assume you're looking for something that's going to resonate way beyond the end of the film.
Yeah, mass incarceration is a specific struggle, and I didn't. First of all, I think just to write a song only about that, I felt like it was bigger things that we're struggling with in our country, and I actually feel that Ava addressed some of those themes too. So I just really try to get into the crux of what is the theme, what is the heart of what's being said, and then kind of try to take it from that core and let it be a universal theme. Like I'll address America like in a bigger way and talk about other issues. Like I talk about this is America's moment to come to Jesus, but that's not only with mass incarceration, is where we are in this world and in this country.
You also drop in a couple references to our new president-elect, I think.
Yeah. I said, we living in the face of hate again. The same hate they say will make America great again.
Were there certain musical touchstones that you would turn to sort of as the musical vocabulary for this?
Yeah, there are a lot of inspirations for the movie. There are a couple of French musicals from the 60s, like The Umbrellas of Cherbourg, The Young Girls of Rochefort, which we love. Some of the MGM musicals and Fred Astaire, Ginger Rogers musicals are big inspirations. I was trying not to listen to anything really as I was actually composing or orchestrating, because I didn't want it to sound like, Damien didn't want to sound old-fashioned or like any of those movies. Certain approaches I took that are, definitely out of the Michel Legrand playbook, like the way he marries a jazz rhythm section to a huge orchestration. So for some of these songs, I would have lead sheets for the bass and the drums, and they would be doing what jazz players do, which is walking in the case of the bass and comping in the case of the piano. And then I would marry that to a 95-piece orchestra that's playing an orchestration, which is all on the page, highly detailed. So the way he married the jazz to the orchestra is something that I loved, and I took the same approach in this movie.
So if you've read about this film, I think Warren's been thinking about this idea for at least 30 years. So it hasn't been that long, but we did write the song. We wrote it many years ago, probably around 8 years ago. And at the time, it took us, we wrote it in one sitting, and then I hated the bridge, so we rewrote the bridge. So it took a couple of weeks to write, and we presented it to him, and he loved it. I mean, we haven't, to this day, changed a note or a lyric on the song. So he was a real pretty true blue cat that way. But so we gave him the song, and then we didn't hear from him after he said initially that he liked it. We didn't hear from him for about a year. So, every once in a while we'd call him up. You still making the movie? Oh, yeah, I think so. You still like the song? Yep. And so this went on for, a few years until he finally got it picked up by, at first, I think it was Paramount or was another studio. And so it looked like it was gung-ho that way, and then that deal fell through. And so finally, a few years ago, he really optioned the song, and he made the movie, and that's that.